Well, they fought for our freedoms and have now lost their own after committing crimes.
What do you need to know about Bruce?
For what Bruce is doing, I have a huge amount of respect for it.
He made a decision a long time ago, the path that he was going to take, and he hasn't strayed at all.
He doesn't think that he's worthy to be in those conversations.
Childhood was a little bit rough. I'm from rural Oregon. Well, we did hunting, fishing, wrestling, mixed martial arts, but it was definitely outside the norm of a normal childhood. It eventually brought me into just some misaligned ways of thinking. Luckily, I was able to get into the Marine Corps, and I spent a good 5.5 years of service. Then in 2006, the bad thinking caught up with me, and the misalignments from my youth. So I ended up in prison, 2009 to 2020. So it was just kind of a slippery slope of environmental conditioning, but at some point in time, you have to take responsibility. And you have to say, well, I'm not my bad habits, I'm not the worst things I've ever done, and I can turn over a new leaf. I started learning to draw in prison, and I learned that it was a form of meditation. I was putting in 6-hour days when I was in prison, and eventually the drawings started getting good. Or I thought I could make a living at it.
Back in 2017, when I met Bruce, he took our Inside Out Prison Exchange program that we offer through ASU and the Center for Correctional Solutions.
I had been connected with ASBA for a brief period of time and knew about the GO program that they were developing. And so I introduced Bruce to one of the team members, and I thought that he'd be a good fit.
The ASBA Go program is designed to meet each participant where they are through a personalized online on-demand training, as well as a dedicated mentor that they're assigned at the beginning of the program. Bruce is an amazing artist, and he's very professional. He was one that I was really excited to meet and get into the program. I was so ready for him to jump on board. I think he's one of the perfect candidates for this program.
I'm starting an art gallery called Dream State Content. We promote the work of myself and other incarcerated artists. My goal is to be able to make the artists who are incarcerated just a little bit of money off their artwork. Give them a purpose, give them a portfolio, start to build a career for them as a visual artist while they're still in. During their last few years in, they really need something to dedicate their mind to. And knowing that they have a talent and they have a skill and they have something that's worthwhile in society and that they're a part of society is absolutely key.
Bruce is actually doing really well. He is trying everything that we basically talk about. We talked about him actually doing a lot more on Instagram and really trying to be very consistent and focusing on different art and different works and the different storytelling that are available there. And that's one of those ideas that he's really sort of embraced and taken forward.
Yes, I have been given a mentor named Chad, and he's helping me understand social media and the intricacies of the digital age that got lost on me at some point in time. 11 years down, you don't think about how much technology moves and how lost you are to the situation. Illiteracy forms. So Chad's gonna help me point blank, go through the social media apps. What does my art gallery, what does my business need to succeed? How do we reach customers? The mentorship program is going really well. Right now I'm focused on social media campaigns and website design with an emphasis on click-through. We want people to come visit the website and then find where the prints are for sale easily. So it's a subtle paradigm that I'm thankful to have my mentors help with.
This was the realization that I've had in the past 2 months, was this being away from society, coming back. There's just this culture shock that I don't know how you can prepare somebody to, for example, effectively use social media. use social media at all, but effectively use it for the promotion of your business. There's just so much of this that you would just not know in being away. So I think that's probably one of the realizations was just, I don't know if there's like a way to just like fast forward somebody's knowledge of like, here's all the business tools now, since you haven't seen them or those kinds of things.
So right now, I am just getting these frames, putting picture wire on the frames so that they're ready to be hung. I've been trying to fill these walls up now for a year, but quality is more important than quantity. So we're going slow, and as things earn their place on the wall, we get them up here. With any luck, soon I'll be representing so many artists that there won't be any wall space left. For now, we're showcasing some of my photography work.
I think what's it's his own head that's holding him back. He doesn't think that he's worthy to be in those conversations. We're working on it.
I now represent 4 artists. Anthony Ramos is currently incarcerated at Fort Grant, and he's doing commission work only. He's my portrait artist. He's ready to go for Christmas coming up. Jason Lacewell is incarcerated for hopefully about 400 more days, or unfortunately, 400 more days isn't that much. We're continuing to grow his collection and portfolio, and we're ready for him to come out into the world as an artist. Mike Linton, we now represent posthumously, and his artwork collection has been passed down from his son, and we're representing him now about 100 works.
Yeah, my relationship with my dad was, it wasn't the smoothest relationship because he was in and out of prison so much. So there's so many things I know about him, and there are so many things I don't know about him. I know he's hitchhiked across the country. He's seen things that no one else has seen. He's got stories. He had stories. Sorry. When Bruce sells one of my dad's artworks, there's going to be a pride. So when one of those pieces gets sold, I know that it's being recognized. I know that it connected to someone, and there's no other feeling like that for sure.
I see that what we're doing right now is building a platform so that artists can come out of prison and have a career. We're starting with 4 artists, and it's slow right now, but my big dream is that when Lacewell gets out, we have a show. Just boom, hit that first Friday, this is me, yeah, I'm a professional artist, like you never knew I was gone. And you hit the ground running with a little bit of income and a little bit of social relevance, and hey, I'm a part of this community, in a positive way. So that's the dream, just connecting people and helping their artistic re-entry go a bit smoother.
For what Bruce is doing for incarcerated artists, I think is really cool. I have a huge amount of respect for it. And I think Bruce is opening up that path for for incarcerated artists to be able to come out and find a place for their art, to get it out there for people to see, and to be able to make a living off of what they've become passionate about.
This experience for me has been really enlightening. In a lot of ways, it has caused me to do some introspection about some things that I do and some skills and traits that I have, and to really think about maybe how I can make them better. It certainly challenged me on some biases about judging maybe what you know about a person walking into a new relationship versus who that person actually is and what they're doing and what they're capable of. I feel like I've gotten as much out of it, hopefully, as Bruce has.
There's so much you don't know when you enter this society, and you're dealing with culture shock, and now you want to be an entrepreneur. You don't have an accurate idea of just the pulse of what's going on around you and what people want, how to communicate with people. A mentor, all the help you can get. There's a big learning curve. After graduation, I'm going to the master's program. So I'll continue here at ASU for 4 more years. 1 year to bachelor's, 3 years of the master's program. After that, a 1-year artist in residency at different locations around the country. I want to hit all the national parks. They have artist residency programs. I want to go sculpt some marble. And then it'll be time to lock down a career. Figure out what is my medium, because it keeps changing.